That's what money do. Whoa! Blow guy. That's what money do. Blood! Wow, what up? That's what money do. Bread. I'm in love with 50s and 100s. I gotta eat. Need dough. Man, he act till I die, can't go, bitch. First nigga on the block for the bread. I'm in love with 50s and 100s. I need bread 24 hours a day. Man, he act till I die. Man, welcome me with open arms, man. I'm known for motherfucking tearing up beats, man. So, you understand me, man? I'm coming at y'all, man. You understand me? I might bring a few of my little guys with me, man. Keef, man. I might bring him with me, man. You know, that's my little cousin. I might bring him with me, man. You know what I'm saying? My man Johnny, Lil Johnny, you know I gotta bring my man with me. Dre, you coming automatically, nigga, so don't even worry about it, nigga.
Police, like, people you can't trust. Like all type of stuff is going on. I'm running down in Chicago.
I know you lost a cousin not long ago, blood money. I'm sorry about that.
Like, it ain't though. It's gonna be alright. Just gotta keep moving forward. Do better.
How'd you react when that happened?
I don't know. It was crazy. It's my cousin.
That's when folks, you know, folks did blood just got a deal. He was turned with the little money he had. He was out here in the streets doing all type of shit. And I don't know, we still don't know who the fuck did and what the fuck going on. Now we just lost another motherfucking cop to some other shit. He going back. He's supposed to be in his ass in Cali with us. Folks, but that ain't shit though, fool. We gonna turn up for folks now.
With him being killed and shit, people saying it was K.I. Why you think people was hating on Blood Money?
Man, look, see, I'm gonna keep it straight funky. That shit was straight back though. You don't gotta believe it, you can hear whatever. Oh, these people saw this, I don't give a fuck what y'all heard. I ain't out here seeing talking on my ass like these niggas do, bro. Folks them killed T-Roy and Von killed that nigga. No matter what the fuck else, and look, I might be saying it in a harsh way, but I'm no way in no form of fashion trying to be disrespectful to blood. Rest in peace to Big Gang. Niggas was backdooring. That's why I'm speaking out on the shit.
Truth it ain't rap. Folks was a lunatic, he was slow as hell, so he couldn't do nothing but rap the truth of what he was. Folks rapping out loud to your ass, fucking your bitch, get some money, you know what I'm saying? Smoking weed, shit like that. Folks really rapping about his everyday life, you know what I'm saying?
I'm blood money from Front Street and I run shit.
He had about 100,000 in his pocket, so I guess I was trying to flex too hard, man, and he just snapped out like, man, saying all type of stuff. So he knew he hurt my feelings, cause I left. It got on the got in the cab and went to the airport and went home. And I told Dro about it, man. I told Dro, like, man, yeah, man, Keef, I guess must have snapped on him. Like, man, what you do to blood, man? You know, Dro fuck with me, so. You know, I guess he must have called him and was like, you know, you bogus, man. And Keef came home, man, and showed me so much love, man. I was so happy he snapped on me, man. That man came home, man, and gave me all type of money, all type of clothes, all type of everything.
It said that King Von and Troy backdoored Blood Money. You believe that?
Nah, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. You know why I don't believe that.
Why?
You know who killed Blood Money.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Who? Yes, you do. You tell me.
You know who killed Blood Money.
I don't know.
Out of all the homework you be doing, so-called, you don't know who killed Blood Money.
You want me to hit some Googles? Maybe I could do a little research so I can know what you're referring to.
And that's what Sosa's doing right now. He's siding with his cousin. He like, nigga, I'm hearing rumors, shit, y'all backdoor my cousin. You feel me? So it's y'all. That's his energy right now. I feel like if the rumors weren't coming out that, you know, Von had anything to do with his cousin getting killed, I don't think he would have ever did that song with Young Boy.
Okay, damn.
Like a lot of people could say like a lot of the guys try to say like they weren't scared of Von, but he was scared of Von. And dudes on that block were scared of Von. I'm pretty sure if he would have made that song with Young Boy while Von was still alive, I don't think he would have did it. I don't think he would have made the.
On the internet somewhere, some people got into it. They got into an old block and Front Street, Chief Keef, whatever the case may be, do your own work, blood money, RIP, you feel me? From there, a mom is responsible for blood money. Feel some type of way, you see what I'm saying? And allegedly, O Block is responsible for doing something to blood money. Alright, now, I don't know who did what to nobody, but after the Money Duke situation, rest in peace, and Youngin situation, rest in peace, the internet showed somebody taking a picture from down here and all that shit. Y'all do y'all own calculations. Wham. Alright, cool. So now it's them versus O Block.
There are some nights in Chicago that don't just take a life, they change everything that comes after it. Not just for the person at the center, not just for the block, not just for the set, but for the relationships around that person, for the stories people told about them, for the questions that never got answered the way people needed them to be answered. And for O Block, for Front Street, for the people who were closest to him. The ones who grew up in the same environment, who moved through the same world, who understood what it meant to be who he was in the specific place that Chicago was at that specific moment in time. That night was the moment the whole story took a different turn. But here is what makes this particular story different from the ones that get told and retold and eventually simplified into something clean and easy. This one never got clean. This one never got easy. Because the deeper you go into Blood Money's story, the deeper you push past the surface version, the social media version, the version that got condensed into captions and comment sections and 30-second takes, the more it stops being just about one night and starts becoming something bigger, something about loyalty, about lines that were already blurred before that night ever happened, about relationships that weren't as simple as they looked from the outside, about the specific, complicated, very human reality of what it meant to be connected to the people he was connected to, in the way that he was connected to them, in a world where those connections carried the weight that they carried. What really happened? And why does everything about it, even now, looking back from the distance we're looking back from, still feel off? Stay with us. Because that question is the reason this documentary exists. The streets are talking. Before the night, before the questions, before the conflicting stories, and the social media debates, and the specific, forensic reality of what that night produced in terms of consequences and confusion, before all of that, there was a person, a human being with a history and a reputation and a specific, documented role in the world he occupied. That is where the honest account always starts, not with the event, with the person. Because if you start with the event, if you open with the night and the specific circumstances of what happened and the specific contested narratives about why, you've already lost the most important part of the story, the part that makes everything else matter, the part that answers the question that always comes before how and why. Who was he? Blood Money.
Fuck other block on the drive. Ain't no, fuck the Front Street. What the fuck is a Front Street? What the fuck is a Front Street? How y'all Front Street gonna be front line? I'm saying right, cause we be sipping on blood and shit while we on the front line. On BD. It says. They ass extinct. They ass is extinct. Like
the shit, banana clip at his family. I'm a dog with it. All y'all getting it. I'ma beat all y'all ass. Hey, Dirk, I'll kill you, bitch. I'll break your motherfucking jaw, boy. Tell your guys, baby mother, stay on 57 too, nigga. I'ma body that bitch.
That's my boy, man. I love that nigga. I miss him.
Man, folks was like that, man. I don't give a fuck about him. What nobody talking about. I just been on so much shit with him, man. He was like that. And robbery, he was robbing the city, folks. He was robbing the city at one point in time, folks. Like a real robber. Like he really a problem, folks.
Yeah, folks
like
take
that,
us
bro.
on here. Folks will take us on the here. Folks take us on the little thing. We're gonna do some shit. We're gonna take a motherfucker down. Folks are down to take our bread. I'm like, yeah, but then take time when I was like, man, I can't wait till I get big, folks, and fight this nigga, folks.
He a bug, folks. He a bully, folks. He always been like that, but he a bug. He ain't no bad bully. He bullied the other bullies. He bullied the killers and shit, like type shit. So that's how we, but like, hell yeah, man, it's just man. That shit been rough, man, because I told you, too, only reason this shit hit me so hard, folks, because I'm crying.
Teller, the street reporter, and a lot of people always say truth. You got to get some of them legends. You got to get some of them people in the drill culture that a lot of people might not know about, but a lot of people know about. Today, I think I was lucky enough to get that opportunity. For the people who don't know what's going on, you'll let them know exactly what your name is and where you're from, bro.
Oh, my name not so too much, man. You feel me? Front Street representative type shit, you know? 61st Indiana, 60th Indiana, 59 Calumet, all through that bitch, like from King Drive to...
I don't want to front with you. I kind of want to jump right into it. They know you on Truth Teller TV. They've been following me for a while, so they know I got this notebook in my hand.
For sure, for sure.
I kind of want to start. Blood money. You related to blood money.
Yeah, that's like not blood, but blood. Right. Like that's my big brother type shit. Right. Like everything through the trenches together, through everything. Like, you know, like that's my big brother. You know.
You know, there's a lot of documentaries about him on YouTube. A lot of stories and shit about him on YouTube. There's one story on here that's kind of, you know, cringy, but I want to tell you about it because I got you in the chat right here.
For sure.
You know, his stories about his death. And not to get too crazy, because I be seeing this shit on YouTube. This guy got 800 bodies. This guy got 500 bodies. But you know, with blood money, they started putting suspects on him. Yeah. And it say something about a lady by the name of K.I. did something to blood.
Lies. All fucking lies, bro. I don't even lie. Like, motherfucker need to stop giving her credit like that. Like, she ain't never killed nobody.
She ain't even like that.
But we understand, you know what I'm saying, the image that a woman would get just from being even a tomboy, anything tough, you know what I'm saying, masculine, dominant, whatever. But when it come to really, you know what I'm saying, slaying shit, and you know what I'm saying, swing her iron, I mean, yeah, she'll do that. I mean, I know kids will do that, but when we talking about shit like, you know, bees, no, she ain't got no bees. I mean, if you know some shit, I don't know. I mean, I'm from this neighborhood. I don't know not one bee she got, but I mean, I know a couple altercations where she didn't, you know what I'm saying, let her iron off, swung her iron, of course. But no, she ain't never touched Big Bro. She ain't do shit.
Then you gotta think too, though.
She ain't, for sure she ain't touched
You gotta think too,
we ain't never been into it with them, bro, like that. Like, no, hell
she
no.
really finna do that, like, you feel me? But like, this the thing though, too, though, like, you know how the internet will throw shit in the friends. You gotta really ask yourself though, do you think she really that tough to walk up on a whole crowd of people and just like do that and get away? So you tell me, you feel what I'm saying? Like she ain't that gangster. Like you feel me? How he got killed was, you know, like you could, it's back doors, you feel me? So it's like, hell no, she ain't had nothing to do with that. Hell no, fuck no. But that's just how, wasn't nobody taking credit for it, you feel what I'm saying? So she felt, let me take credit, and you see what happened to her as soon as she did that, right?
Keep it 100, she, no bullshit.
Go.
She ain't never even take no credit though for them. I never seen her or seen
They put that shit on her. I was locked up around the time, you feel
exactly.
me?
You
so
just
I was
said
booked.
They pit that on her.
Yeah, for sure.
And the reason she get pit on people, because, why? One reason. It's a throw off to take you off the real, actual truth. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, rest in peace that girl soul, bro.
The name itself is documentary. It's not a performance name chosen for its commercial appeal or its radio-friendly hook. It's a street name, the specific environment-produced identity marker that the Chicago drill world gave to certain people who moved through it in a certain way. A name that carried weight before it was attached to headlines. That had meaning in specific rooms and on specific blocks that the broader public never had access to before events forced that access. In the specific documented world of early Chicago drill, the world that came out of the South Side, in the years when Chief Keef was first establishing what that sound was going to be, when O-Block was becoming the specific, geographically defined, culturally significant entity that the drill era made it, Blood Money was not a peripheral figure. He was not someone on the outside looking in at a world he wanted to be part of. He was in it. Specifically in it. With the specific access, and the specific relationships, and the specific mutual understanding with the people around him that inside access produces. His connection to the Keef orbit, to the specific organizational and cultural world that surrounded the chief in those early years, was not casual. It was not the connection of an associate who knew someone who knew someone. It was the direct, personal, proximity-based connection of someone who was genuinely in the environment, who understood the specific codes and the specific relationships and the specific, unspoken rules of the world he was moving through. And in that world, he had a reputation. Not the manufactured kind, not the social media kind where someone's reputation is built on what they post, rather than on what people who actually know them say when they're not performing. A reputation built the way reputations get built in environments like that one, through specific, direct, interpersonal reality.
RP 13, man, RP Tenor, RP Emo, RP Malcolm, RP K Killer, man. RP all our niggas from 061, RP Baldy, we'll never forget you. Like, you know, Blood, them names I just said, Blood was the reason a lot of them, how they is. He the reason I am how I am, he the reason, you know what I'm saying? We ain't trying to give him all the credit like as if he made us, but folks we under his umbrella. That's all I'm gonna say.
And there's another thing I want to say too. I don't give a fuck how a nigga try to play it, what a nigga want to do. On my kids, nigga, I'll go against the whole city for folks. This how niggas trying to play it. Since we BDs and Blood GD, we don't supposed to ride for him like that. Is you fucking crazy? This our right-hand mans. He more BD than a lot of niggas. A lot of these niggas not even blessed in. Who blessed y'all in, gang? If we ain't blessed y'all in, who blessed y'all in, bro? How did y'all just woke up talking about y'all BD gang? If you ain't get blessed in from me, Keelan, Roller, Reese, shit like that, bro, you niggas better watch out, man. All you niggas was, but I don't give a fuck. My man, hell yeah, my man's was GD, and I'm riding with him to the fullest, nigga. Even when he was even out there. See, this is what I'm saying. If folks are still alive, niggas wouldn't even be playing with folks like that, bro. Like he ain't just know anybody, gang. He just not know anybody, bro. He not know anybody out here, bro. On my kids, folks ain't know just anybody out here, bro. What it was, a motherfucker know how he coming for a motherfucker like, I bet.
That's another story though, for like in reality, the whole meaning of
motherfuckers know like BD, for like that shit be blowing me, for.
You know, when you an issue, when you a problem, when you a threat, you know what I'm saying? When you empowered or you coming in position to be empowered, you know that's a real chess move. You know, you gonna put a lot of more motherfuckers in power, and that make you even powerful. You know what I'm saying? So a motherfucker got the power out the way. And in reality, like, you know, our guys.
Through how he moved, through how he carried himself, through what the people who were actually around him understood about who he was when the cameras weren't there. The people who knew him, the ones with direct personal knowledge rather than secondhand impressions, describe someone who was genuinely loyal, genuinely connected, someone who understood what loyalty meant in that environment in the specific, operational, non-abstract way that people who have actually lived by that code understand it, not as a word, as a practice, as a daily demonstrated, consistent reality that he embodied in his relationships with the people around him. He was funny. That detail comes up consistently in the accounts of people who knew him personally, not as a secondary fact, but as a primary one. Because in environments as heavy as the one he was in, the person who can find the lightness, who can make the room laugh, who can carry the weight of the environment without being consumed by it, who can be genuinely warm in a world that rewards coldness, that person is not a minor character. They are the person that everyone else leans on when the environment gets too heavy. They are the person whose loss, when it comes, creates a specific, irreplaceable absence that the people around them feel in a way that is different from how they feel other losses. He was known, he was respected, he was specific in the world he occupied, not a general, not an abstraction, not a symbol, a person, with a name that people actually used in actual conversations in actual rooms before any of this happened. That matters. Hold on to it. Because the story that comes after this chapter is easier to misread if you forget who was at the center of it. He was not just a figure in a narrative, he was a person in a world. And that world had specific, real, consequential relationships in it. Relationships that the events of the night the whole story is built around would expose in ways that nobody around him fully anticipated. What was the specific nature of those relationships? What was the specific texture of his connection to O'Block, to Front Street, to the people who were closest to him in the months before that night? That is Chapter 2, and it is where things start to get complicated.
Tell the TV now. They know I got
Yeah,
this
shout
paper
out to
right
Teller,
here.
man. Shout out to Teller.
Appreciate that.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, you know I got this paper with some high level type questions on here. I kind of want to start with you if I can. You linked to a guy who they say is a legend in the drill culture by the name of Blood Money.
For sure.
You linked to him too, Republican.
Yeah, that's
long live Blood Money.
Me and Blood Money
Big
just
B's, big B's.
Man.
I don't know what's going on.
Me and Blood was close as fuck on Blood. We was close
Blood
as hell.
on bro.
He wouldn't even let him in the crib sometimes and let me in. They used to be like, damn, is Republican your real son?
Yeah, he used to be sad on bro. Blood, love, blood. Hold on.
Yeah.
Real nigga.
Yeah, he a real nigga. I used to be at his crib. He used to
he
be
said,
dating a
"Stand
girl named
forward."
Keeta at this
We
time. We used to
forward.
be in that bitch. I used to be in that bitch, trapped out,
You know,
breaking
that's the block.
backs.
You
breaking
feel me?
shit.
Know how the block be. That bitch be scorching. You feel me?
Now, you know, what I also see with Blood Money, he one of the guys in the culture who the bloggers latched on to. Made a lot of documentaries, their own hood version of stories and shit like that.
Right.
You know, it's documentaries about Blood Money to the point where they even got suspects and shit with Blood Money. Do them type of videos irritate you?
I mean,
is that going too far?
Yeah, that's some police ass shit, man.
That's some police ass shit. He said,
man,
do what they put on the internet.
That's how you zip it up. You feel me?
You zip it up, yeah.
You close, you know.
I can answer that shit for you, man. Hell yeah, that shit irritate me, but it don't irritate me because I know folks ass died for really what he believed in. He ain't no hoe. And shit.
Blood a stand up nigga, man.
I mean, if it was the right people at the right time, the right scenery, then it wouldn't have never went like that. You know, so it is what it is. But you can't question God. That's what God wants.
That's why these people don't really understand why motherfuckers carry these poles on them. And then they made these switches and shit. They know what's going on though, but they don't understand though, because there's a lot of shit going on.
To pull your arm a little bit, not to go too far, but you know, I don't know if I'm pushing it, but I'm gonna ask anyway. Okay? The internet speculate that his death was a rap beef shit. This was real life. This was something. This wasn't rap beef related, was it?
Man, shout out GBE,
YSL, man. Colossal Living, man.
Colossal Boys on the chain, man. You did
most definitely. Nah, I feel you,
man. Young Styles movement, Young Styles music.
Most definitely. You know, can you tell me something about GBE Capo? Because a lot of people tell me his flow, his sound. So I reward them by asking a tough question with the person in front of this camera. I'm going to ask you once again because, you know, the internet makes it seem like it's something going on with, like, Front Street and No Block. Is that internet or that's something we can't speak about?
That's just some internet. They gonna always do whatever they want to do. Like how they trying to make Kanye West seem like it's something other than what it really is. Like, you know.
Yeah, the internet, you just talking, man. You feel we out here in the trenches every day, man. You feel me?
Exactly. If it was on, then you will see it on. Then it is what it is.
Going on,
yeah, if y'all know, y'all know. If you don't, you don't.
You know what you know.
Exactly.
Publican, I want to ask you.
Mm-hmm.
Is you one of the ones who felt some type of way about a song that was released by THF, Bezu, and Boss Top, or did you feel like, nah, that was just a song the fans instigating that? Because they tried to say it was a Blood Money diss line in the song.
I feel like it was just a song. I feel like it just was a song. Like, say for instance, man, everybody.
We are in the trenches. We are in the trenches in the rap.
Everybody,
exactly. Trenches in the rap.
Everybody is at the age where they grown as fuck. So, nigga, if you really got a problem with this grown ass man, go find that man. Ain't nobody gonna take it to no song. You get what I'm saying? I mean, if they did take it to the song and they meant it like that, then fuck them if they meant it like that. If they meant fuck blood, then I'm saying fuck y'all people. But if y'all ain't say that, then I'm not saying that. You get what I'm saying? That's how I personally feel. But I don't got no problem with no nigga that ain't got no problem with me. If he got a problem with me, hit my inbox. My shit is pub chain. On Instagram. Just hit me up on the gram. If any of that, then that's the fans making it something else then. You know, that's the fans making that shit into that. That ain't really what it is. Because if that's what it was, then niggas would really be on that. You know?
Chapter 2. The lines were never clear. Here is the thing about Chicago that the simplified version of the story never accounts for. The lines were never as clear as the outside narrative made them sound. When you look at the South Side's organizational and social landscape from a distance, when you read the surface-level accounts, when you consume the social media versions of what Chicago's different worlds looked like and who belonged to which one, it looks like a map. Clear borders, distinct territories. This block under this flag, that block under that one. These people connected, those people separate. Clean lines drawn in permanent marker across a specific geography. But that is not what it actually looked like from inside it. And Blood Money's story is a specific documented illustration of why the map version of Chicago is always incomplete. Because in Chicago, especially in the specific generational proximity-driven reality of the South Side social world, people weren't always just one thing. Relationships didn't always follow the organizational chart. Connections formed across the lines that the map said shouldn't be crossed, because the people forming those connections were human beings who grew up in the same city, attended the same schools, moved through the same neighborhoods, and built the specific, personal, interpersonal bonds that proximity produces regardless of what the organizational framework says about whether those bonds should exist. Blood Money existed in a specific place in that complex reality. He had connections, genuine, personal, proximity-based connections to multiple worlds, to the O-Block world, to the Front Street world, to the specific, overlapping social reality that Chicago's drill era produced when the music started creating bridges across organizational lines that the street politics had always maintained as walls. The drill era did something specific to Chicago's social landscape that is often underestimated in the accounts that focus on the music rather than the social reality that produced it.
You know what it is, man. Reporting live, bitch, from motherfucking Maniac Headquarters, 56 in Elizabeth. I'm fucking with my nigga Dean Mob, man. I'm fucking with the Maniacs, Tank Dogs, man. You know what I mean? Anyway, on this Blood Money shit, man, I'm taking over the city. This is my city, man. You fuck niggas get back, man. Shout out to my little cousin, man, Chief Keef, man. My little cousin, Fredo Santana. My little cousin, Tato the Savage. You know what I mean? My man, Capo, Trey Savage, SD. What up, folks? You know what it is. I'm on one, nigga. The city man, nigga. Blood Money. I'm coming at your ass, nigga. 3D, nigga. Put your glasses on, man. You gonna need them, man. Santana. I'm through this bitch. You know what I mean? Right now, man, I'm in my glory days, Chief man. Keef, what's happening? You catch me in my motherfucking Jay-Z mode, man. In about 5 more years, you're gonna be in my Jay-Z mode. I ain't gonna really wanna be bothered. I ain't acting funny with you niggas. Right. You know what I'm saying? I ain't fucking with you fuck niggas, cause I done shot past you niggas, man. I ain't doing nothing illegal, man, so ain't nobody gotta tell on me. Send the police in my crib. I ain't got nothing going on, man. I'm fucked up. Waiting on this motherfucking check to come, man. Blood Money, GBE. You know what I mean? Man, CPD.
It created a parallel world, a recording studio world, a social media world, a YouTube world, a world of collaborations and features and shows, and the specific commercial reality of an industry that was beginning to pay serious money to people from these environments, in which the organizational lines that governed the street reality were complicated by the social and economic reality of the music business. People who were supposed to be on opposite sides of certain lines were in the same studio, recording together, building the specific professional and personal relationships that the music created. Not ignoring the organizational reality, not pretending the street politics didn't exist, but navigating it, finding the specific pragmatic human ways to maintain those relationships while simultaneously maintaining the organizational commitments that their environments demanded. Blood Money was in that world, moving through it in the specific way that someone with his connections and his reputation moved through it, with access to multiple rooms, with relationships across multiple worlds, with the specific social complexity that comes from being genuinely connected to people on different sides of lines that the broader narrative treats as absolute. And here is where the honest account has to be careful. Because talking about the specific social and organizational complexity of Blood Money's world is not the same as making accusations about what that complexity produced. It is not the same as drawing conclusions about the specific, contested events that the rest of this documentary is going to examine. It is simply establishing the factual, documented, organizational reality of the environment he was in, which was complicated. Genuinely, structurally, historically, humanly complicated. The Front Street connection, the O Block connection, the specific overlapping social reality of those two worlds and of the other worlds that orbited around them in the specific period we're talking about. These were not simple, binary, clearly defined relationships. They were the specific, textured, interpersonally complex relationships of real human beings in a specific environment. An environment where loyalty was the highest organizational value, and where the definition of loyalty was itself contested along the specific lines that made Blood Money's story possible. Some people had one read on where Blood Money stood in that landscape. Others had a different one. And this is the part that the honest account is obligated to hold without resolving prematurely. Both reads were based on specific, real information about specific, real things that he had done and said and represented in his relationships with the people around him.
King Yella, man. I see everybody talking. Shout out Truth Teller, man. I made the video speaking on it, but I didn't put it in the title, but I spoke on it in there. Y'all see Chief Keef change Blood Money to his profile picture, and that speaks volumes. A lot of stuff speaks volumes. Y'all just be looking and don't be paying attention to what be going on, man. Y'all see all the stuff that's going on the internet. You got the BDs saying that they ain't listening to him no more. They ain't messing with him. He bogus. Wooty woo. Then you got the Glow Gang members. They all in the comments saying we ain't mess with them anyway. And wooty woo. As y'all can tell, man, they been separated. Like I've been said before, y'all don't pay attention, man. Folks been doing him. Young Boy and Chief Keef, obviously comfortable doing a song together, being around each other. No matter if that one boy killed King Von, no matter what. You know, if that was his homie, if that was his real friend and he really cared about King Von, you think he'd be in the studio doing a song with?
Right. I wasn't going to ask you this question, but I got it on my board, and I'm going to ask because I feel like I got the answer right there. Okay?
You a motherfucker.
Is this something with Boss Top?
Huh?
Is this something with Boss Top? Because he was on this song with Zoo.
Yeah, we don't fuck him too, you know? Like, I ain't saying it like, I don't know, like fuck him, you know? Like, you one of the reasons all this shit going on, you feel me? One of the reasons all this shit going on, you know? So, niggas be trying to play puppet master too much, you feel me? And dickhole and ride everybody else's wave and still ain't nowhere, you know? Like, so, it ain't like, you know, we on Truth Teller, so the truth, you know? So, like, nah, hell no. Like, so much shit a nigga could say, but a nigga, you know, I ain't gonna say type shit, but like, hell no, truth, it ain't no, you know, they was, man, I took that shit disrespectful, you feel me? So like, fuck anybody, fuck what a motherfucker stand for, it's just like that, what I said, you know? Just how that's going, you know? Cause it was an incident, like, before folks, like, he supposed to ran off with folks' watch type shit. So like, you know, so true. I did December 2011 to June 2014. So when all that shit was going on, I was gone. You feel what I'm saying? So a lot of us was gone because our block like caught like a conspiracy type shit on some drug shit type shit. So a lot of the like older heads was gone type shit. And this one, 600 Front Street was together. Like one of my best friends, like Keelan and shit. Like, you feel me? That's Shark on Land brother and shit.
Oh.
Yeah. Cause like, my grandma, my whole family, like 600 type shit. Like my grandma stayed on 59th and Calumet my whole life. Like I've been in that whole area my whole life, bro. You get what I'm saying? So like, yeah, we brought that shit like all the way together because like a lot of the guys from 600 is like family with Front Street or stayed on Front Street. And a lot of guys from Front Street is like, it's all like, You feel me? Like it came 600 Front Street around the same time. They started, first it was Brick City and Dipset. You get what I'm saying? So we was always all together type shit. You get what I'm saying? So it was just always us type shit. And then like, you know, when motherfuckers started blowing up shit like that, so it's like, if you take some young niggas and get them a little bit of clout, like when that internet shit popped off, so it's like, now they, oh, I'm this person, I'm this person, I'm this person. So a lot of the structure failed when like the internet shit came out, when everybody thought they was bigger than motherfuckers. So I was gone though, I was locked up. I had 2 months left, like my boy G Thang and shit on one sitting right here. When Blood was doing all the shows, folks was with him type shit. You get what I'm saying? So every time I call from jail, they'll be coming back from the show. Blood was just waiting on me to get out type shit, cause he know like I got his best interest. Cause like how he somewhere by himself and he got the bag. If I was out, shit, 4 cars, 5 cars with folks every time he go anywhere. You get what I'm saying? Like I'm his chief of security. You feel me? Like it when it come to that, because
yeah. To stick you up in gangland. Yeah, don't trust. We with this shit, don't get no fucking gangland.
Cuz let me work for you, and nah, I can't let you work for me. I want you to go to school to do what you're supposed to do, and I want to see you, goddamn it, you know, I want to see you go to college and be something for the streets yet, you know. But he always been in the streets. He never been in the crib type of dude. That dude smell like outside. Every time you see him, he smell like he just left a weed factory. He just dude a mess, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, you got to be at the position he's at right now.
Yeah.
They say you're Chief Keef's enforcer.
Yeah.
The lines were never clear. Not before that night, and not after it. But what was happening in those specific months before the night that everything changed? What was the energy? What were people feeling? What was building in the environment around him in ways that, looking back now, feel like evidence of something that was already in motion? That is Chapter 3. Something was coming. That is the specific feeling that people who were close to the situation, who were in the environment, who were watching the social reality of that world in the months before the night, describe when they talk about the period that preceded what happened. Not the clinical, detached observation of someone looking backward from a safe distance. The specific, visceral, in-the-moment feeling of people who were present, who were watching, who understood enough about the environment they were in to read the specific atmospheric signals that the environment was sending. Something was building. The energy in the streets was specific in that period, not just generally tense. The streets of that environment are always carrying a baseline level of tension that the people in them have developed the specific, adapted capacity to manage as a background condition of their daily lives. This was something different, something directional, something that felt less like background and more like foreground, like the specific quality of air pressure before a storm that you can feel on your skin before you can see anything in the sky. Social media was carrying some of it. The specific public-facing dimension of Chicago's street world. The Twitter, the Instagram, the YouTube comment sections, the specific digital public square where the energy of the streets found its expression in the drill era, was showing specific signals in the period before the night. Not necessarily explicit. Not necessarily the kind of thing that could be pointed to afterward as an obvious, direct, prophetic statement of what was coming, but specific. Specific enough that people who knew how to read that particular language, the language of Chicago's digital street communication, with its specific coded expressions and its specific implied meanings, were reading something in it. The dynamics between different circles were shifting. The specific interpersonal reality of the relationships that Blood Money sat in the middle of, the connections he had across different worlds, the specific organizational and social reality of being known and respected in multiple rooms simultaneously, was under a particular kind of pressure in that period. Not the kind of pressure that announces itself loudly, the quiet kind, the specific accumulating kind that builds in the spaces between conversations, in the specific things that don't get said in the rooms where certain subjects are being carefully avoided. People who were close to him, and the honest account is careful here, because the people who were close to him in that period have their own specific, personal, emotionally invested perspectives on what was happening, and those perspectives are not neutral. Describe a period in which the specific texture of his world was changing in ways that felt significant, even if they weren't fully articulable at the time. The conversations that were different. The specific social dynamics that had shifted in ways that weren't dramatic or explicit, but that were real to people paying close attention. There was pressure coming from multiple directions. The specific organizational reality of being connected to the worlds he was connected to, at a moment when the relationships between those worlds were in flux, meant that the specific social position he occupied was under the kind of strain that positions like his are always under when the environments around them are reorganizing, when alliances that seemed settled are becoming unsettled, when the specific interpersonal relationships that had defined his social reality were being tested by the larger forces moving through the environment. The streets felt it. The people who were paying attention felt it. And blood money, the person at the center of all of it, the one who had more direct, personal, first-hand access to all of the dynamics at play than anyone else, felt it too.
I'm an enforcer, period. But yeah, I'm Chief Keef enforcer. Yeah, I am. I definitely am. You know, but I don't do too much enforcing. I got enforcers myself, but yeah, I'm his enforcer though.
Bullshit. Shoot the kill in the field. Bullshit. Pop a bill, do a drill. Bullshit.
When Chief Keef relationship, from you being big bro and seeing them, did they have a real bond at a point? Because even that everything went on, I had saw with Chief Keef, he still had shot said I don't know if I'm gonna say shot it out. Let me rephrase it. So basically, the relationship with them, I had saw when even though it was like turmoil or whatever, when T-Roy passed away, Chief Keef mentioned his name, like he tweeted his name, I guess, as a tribute or whatever. So yeah.
I mean, that's his boy. He still got love for him, for sure. I don't know Nando. Well, shit, I don't know if it's still the same. How it is now, but him and folks was tight, locked in for real though.
Yeah.
It was real life locked in.
Yeah. So when you like, I ain't gonna done on that. I ain't gonna keep scratching at that. Do you be like abreast of the vlogs and shit? You be watching the vlogs and shit? Yeah, okay. So I seen some shit with Truth Teller when the song first came out. Truth Teller had reported King Yella. You know what I'm saying? He was speaking. He said some shit like, I want to play it because I don't want to misquote him. Did you hear what he said or not? I'm gonna play it. I don't want to play it. I'm gonna get your take on this.
When the video first leaked that he working with NBA YoungBoy, Young Keef just gonna come back to Chicago. They ran him away. Now he don't come back because y'all killed his cousin. Y'all set him up.
That tells you a lot. Lying off, back door to kill blood money. Y'all know what's going on. Don't act like y'all slow. What you talking about? Y'all never saw Chief Keef post one more time. You ain't here to do a song, nothing. That tells you a lot. I'm gonna have a song down with every homie y'all got. I already got the information. They ran into each other rolling now. Loud, man. Keep asking what's up. You supposed to have something to do with my cousin getting killed. He on, I ain't had nothing to do with it. I thought they was so strong.
Nah, that's...
Yeah. That shit right there, that's breach and policey, man. For a motherfucker to even put that on folks' name or even come up with some shit like that, man. That shit breach, man. That shit gonna make a motherfucker nothing. That's false.
You supposed to have something to do with my cousin getting killed. He on, I ain't had nothing to do with it. I thought they was...
Nah. I get what you're saying, y'all. It ain't no smoke and all that, but I forgot I had that question. You see how King Yella coming?
Yeah, that's some police ass shit to say. That's police as hell. That's false though. That's like some J Hood shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, J Hood put that out there before. So you think you just piggybacking off J Hood and shit?
That's how rumors get started. I just said that, bro. One rumor gets started, then it's just, it's just rumors, bro.
Nah, it's on the internet. Now King Yella, I had recently got up with Wooski and them, man. They had banned Yella from the rack, man. Like, what's your take on that? Like, can people get banned from the rack? Like, motherfuckers really, like, you know what I'm saying?
Who the fuck is Wooski to ban King Yella from the rack?
The accounts of people who were with him in the period before the night describe someone who was navigating, who was working something out in the specific, interpersonal, real-time way that people in his position navigate complex situations. Not visibly distressed, not performing distress, but aware. The specific, intelligent, situationally aware kind of awareness that someone with his experience and his understanding of the environment would have brought to the specific situation he was in. He was aware, and the question that the events of the night would make retroactively important is what, specifically, he was aware of. Because something was coming, and whoever or whatever was coming, whatever the specific directional accumulated pressure of that period was moving toward, it arrived. And that is chapter 4. The honest account is deliberate here, not because it is protecting anyone, not because it is managing a narrative in the specific, self-interested way that people who have stakes in the story manage narratives, but because the specific, responsible, documentarily sound approach to a night like this one, a night that is still contested, that is still producing consequences for specific living people, that is still generating the specific live, unresolved legal and social reality that it generated when it happened, is to be deliberate, to be precise, to say exactly what the documented record supports, and to be clear about what it does not. What the documented record supports: there was a night, there was a location in Chicago, the specific South Side geography that this story belongs to. There was a confrontation or an encounter or an event, the specific physical, real-world reality of what happened to Blood Money on the night in question, whose details remain, in several specific and significant respects, contested. Not just in the public narrative, in the specific forensic investigative reality of what the people who were responsible for documenting it could and could not establish. Blood Money was killed. That is the documented, undisputed, factually established foundation of everything else this chapter discusses. He lost his life. The specific, irreplaceable, one-time reality of a human being's existence ended on that night in that place. That is not contested. That is not one version among several competing versions. It is the specific, hard, human center of the story. What surrounds that center, the specific circumstances, the specific dynamics, the specific who and how and why questions that make this night more than a statistic, is where the honest account has to hold multiple realities simultaneously rather than collapsing them into one. What was the environment of that night? The accounts that exist, from people who were in proximity to the events, from people who had specific, first-hand or near first-hand knowledge of what was happening, describe an environment that was consistent with the specific accumulated tension that Chapter 3 documented. Not a random night, not an ambush that came from nowhere into a calm situation, a night that had specific directional energy already in it, that was already carrying the weight of whatever had been building in the period before it. The specific circumstances of how it happened, the location, the sequence, the specific interpersonal reality of who was where and what was being done.
Yeah, I seen the interview with Vlad TV.
You know
he asked him where he was from. He said you from No Love City or
he
something.
He basically told him where you was from.
He told him you
like,
from
yeah,
No
but
Love.
You came from here before that.
Boss Top was surprised, like, how did he know about that? And I'm pretty sure he synced our interview.
Man, he synced our shit because it happened right after our shit. Yeah. They ain't said nothing about No Love till they see these members now. Now we starting to ring. Now niggas want to discredit us or tell us. I don't know. This shit getting weird. But far as Boss Top, hell no, we ain't got no beef with Top. Nothing. We fuck with Top. We listen to his music. Top brother from our hood. They hold like, then their family from our hood. Like they got their own block in our hood, 57 and low. Bro, so
is that No Love City though?
That's No Love City. In the interview he said it's not. That's No Love City, but you know they doing it for Chino and they own reasons. So you know, like a big hood with his own cliques in it. But overall, this shit is No Love City, man.
I want to ask you about Blood Money. I want to get back to that.
We can get back to that.
I want to know, like, was he like out there though? Did he used to be out there, like in the neighborhood?
You're in the neighborhood because his people lived on Elizabeth. Right where he got killed at. That's where his people live. He used to be all at the park on racing. We shorties just coming up that van, weed, little shit like that. You know, in these Reggie days.
Right.
3 for the 10, $5 bag. You know how that shit. For real.
That's crazy. I wanted to ask you that. You know, a lot of people ask me.
It's no disrespect with Blood Money though. Like we fuck with Blood Money. Blood Money was thorough, really like that. There ain't no fool shit I could really say about him. He rocked with his family. You feel me? He ain't had to really, you know, say what he had to say about No Love. It is what it is. I'm here to do that shit though. I ain't playing. Fuck who don't get this shit no credit. I'm gonna get this shit all the credit. Like I know what's going on.
You know, I asked you about Famous Dex in the last interview.
multiple, conflicting versions in the documented oral tradition of the people who were close to the story. They are not fully resolved by any single, authoritative, publicly available account. The investigation produced its own specific, institutional version of events. The street produced its own version. The people who were closest to Blood Money produced their version. And these versions do not fully align. That non-alignment is not a problem the honest account is going to solve in this chapter. It is a reality the honest account is going to document. Because the specific, contested nature of what happened that night, the fact that there is no single clean answer to the specific questions that the event raises, is itself one of the most significant things about the story. It is not incidental. It is central. What the night produced immediately, beyond the specific, irreversible human loss at its center, was confusion. The specific, raw, real-time confusion of people who were close to Blood Money processing what had happened in the specific, immediate aftermath of learning that it had happened. Not the managed, organized, retrospectively coherent response of people who had time to think. The real, unmediated, immediate human response of people who were in shock. And within that confusion, in the specific hours and days immediately following the night, the questions started forming. The specific, hard, uncomfortable, socially and organizationally consequential questions that the circumstances of the night raised for the people who were closest to it. How did this happen? Who knew what? And the question that nobody who was in that world could avoid asking, regardless of whether they voiced it out loud, were the lines that Blood Money had been crossing in the specific, complicated, relationship complex way that Chapter 2 described, part of why. That last question is the one that Chapter 5 is about, because it is where the story splits. And this is where things start to split. Because depending on who you ask, which room you were in, which relationships you had access to, which specific first-hand version of events reached you, which specific second-hand version of events reached you, which specific third-hand version of events reached you in the information-saturated, rumor-generating environment of Chicago's streets and social media, the story changes, not the central fact. Blood Money died. That is fixed. Everything around that center, the why, the how, the interpersonal and organizational realities, is where versions diverge, and diverge significantly. One version circulated among those closest to him. It ties what happened to his complex, multi-directional relationships. His social position and connections across different worlds were a contributing factor. The blurred lines he navigated created situational vulnerability. This view focuses on dynamics, not named individuals. It says the situation produced this, a set of accumulated relational and organizational conditions that culminated that night. Some people believe this with first-hand confidence. Another version says that's a misreading. Conclusions about his connections were based on incomplete information or politically interested interpretations. The posthumous narrative became a reputational distortion that stuck because it served certain interests. Different people hold this view. People with first-hand knowledge, people with near first-hand knowledge, people whose direct relationships with Blood Money give them a stake in his representation. Both versions contain real elements. Neither is pure invention. Neither is a simple fabrication. Both rest on documentable aspects of his world. The internet made all of it louder. Clips were shared. Comments accumulated. People with no direct knowledge, no first-hand access, and no stake beyond engagement had loud, confident opinions. They drew definitive conclusions from short clips. The online noise made the signal harder to find. This documentary aims to cut through that. Underneath the clips and the comments and the digital noise of people who weren't there is a real story, a human, documentarily grounded story about a specific person in a specific world at a specific moment in time. And that story hasn't been fully told. Not yet. Not without collapsing complexity or privileging one perspective. This chapter doesn't pick a side. It holds them, side by side, with the documentary precision the account requires. Because the truth isn't served by pretending one perspective owns it. What happened in the aftermath, beyond internet debate, in the actual, lived, relational, organizational world of O Block and Front Street and the people who were closest to blood money, that is... The city felt it differently, not uniformly, not cleanly, neighborhood to neighborhood, block to block, room to room, on O Block. On Front Street, calls unanswered, lights left on, candles gathering at corners, families closed ranks, friends made late-night check-ins, studios went silent for a beat. Calendars cleared, then motion resumed, altered, travel routes changed, doors that were open tightened, lines that were blurry got drawn, then redrawn. Some people stepped back, some stepped forward. A few tried to mediate gaps that had widened overnight. Schools noting absences, community spaces hosting closed meetings, small businesses feeling the pulse of fewer faces, different hours. The street economy shifted, subtle, immediate, consequential. Online, the volume stayed high. Offline, conversations were quieter, closer, more careful. Photos, pulled verses, written murals, planned names, spoken softly in kitchens and stairwells. Not everyone agreed on what it meant. Who stood with whom, who kept their distance, what could still be said out loud, what now belonged only to trusted rooms. In the weeks that followed, routines reassembled, imperfectly. Some relationships thinned, others thickened. Protective circles formed. A few new bridges were tried. Many did not hold. What remains is not a single story, but a changed landscape, felt in routes taken, calls made, silences kept. The noise online will fade. The arrangements people made to live with all of this will not. They remain. This wasn't just about one night. It was about how maps got redrawn in small ways. Quiet, daily, decisive. About how loyalty found new edges and how some words moved indoors. Public and private split, then overlapped, awkward but real. Online stayed loud. Offline stayed careful. People learned who to call, who to let the phone ring for. Which streets felt fine at noon, which felt different at dusk. Which rooms held the truth, which held the show. Studios turned their lights back on, but with softer rules. Calendars filled, then left seams room for caution, room for grace. Some lanes closed, some back doors opened. Mediators tried, a few bridges held, most didn't. Not a single story, just a pattern of choices. Unannounced, underlined. In the end, it changed the feel of moving through this place. Less assumption, more intention. Names carried differently, silence used differently. What was blurred got borders temporary shifting, enforced by memory. If you were here, you felt it. If you watched from far, you heard only the echo. What remains isn't the headline. It's the habits that followed, routes taken, calls returned, doors latched, hands extended, carefully. A city learning its own weight again. We'll forget the noise. We won't forget the adjustments we made to live with it. That's the real change. Thank you for staying.